All right. Hello and welcome to this video. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about how your environment has a huge effect and is killing your results. And the worst thing is, you don't even know that it's doing it. And if you don't know me, I'm Christian. I built my own company with my business partner, Miguel, and we help coaches completely automate their client acquisition. Because we believe that, coaches should be coaching and marketers should be marketing. And that's why I'm here. So without further ado, let's just jump right into this video and hopefully you get some value from it. So what are we going to cover today? I'm going to talk a little bit about your environment. But what is an environment actually? Am I talking about the weather? Am I talking about a tornado or something like that? No. Your environment is something that you're in. And I'm not going to dive too deep into this, but you're a system. The human is a system. And the system operates in an environment that it has to follow the rules of and will act in accordingly to the environment. It's like your business is acting in the environment, which is the market. And what you have to understand, right, is you have to obey your environment. And you're great, you don't have to, but you will subdue to it unconsciously without even knowing. You will act as your environment tells you to do. And it's very important that you realize that your environment has extreme control over who or over the actions that you're taking, or more over the actions that you're not taking. Your focus, your work ethic, all this good stuff. And when you might think, I'm working, you're really not. And you're getting distracted, and this is your environment. Because that's really what your environment does, right? It creates distractions. And these can be at different levels. If we take example, you're sitting and working at your desk. And you work at home, so it's your home office. Then you might have a picture there, you might have a book there, your phone at the desk, notifications on. All of this is your environment. Okay? And what happens is that you get distracted. Every time you look over, oh, you see that book, oh, I read it. Your thoughts scatter and go somewhere else where they shouldn't be, when you should be working. And having a lot of stuff that's not needed in your environment can cause a huge effect on your focus. And the only thing that really gets anything done is how much focus you can put into the hours. Because you might be working 12 hours a day, right? But if you're unfocused, just like doing 50%, you're only 50% focused, then you're losing 6 hours, right? You need to be more focused. And this is even 50% is good. I mean, if you're going to be 30%, that's the average, I think. 20 to 30% actually focused on what they're doing. And you have like small periods of time where you're focused on something and then you get distracted. You just need to be laser focused. And this is where your environment plays a very, very, very big role. Imagine this first. You're eating clean, right? And your friend or your partner, you go to a party, something like that, and there is some cookies on the table. And you just sit there, right? You have your salad with you. And all your other friends are eating pizza and these cookies. And you really want to grab a bite because, looks so good. I mean, just one slice couldn't hurt. And what usually happens, because we're weak, feeble humans, we succumb to our urges to do things we shouldn't, which means eating those cookies or taking a slice of that pizza. And you might think, it's all good. It's okay this time. I mean, you start to find excuses for why it's okay. But the only reason that you ended up breaking who you were or breaking your codes is because it was right in front of you. And we're weak as humans. And a lot of people don't have the discipline to be able to resist all that. I mean, some do, great, but let's not focus on that because a lot of people don't. And this comes down also what you see in business, right? I've been struggling a lot with this problem myself. I've gotten very much better at it. It's always checking your email. I mean, constantly. You open a new tab because you need to go in and say, oh, you just check your email. Oh, you just check your email. Or LinkedIn, Facebook, just check it. That is also distractions. That's also your environment, right? Because you have the ability to go into your email. Now, this is something that is really, really hurtful because you might be going onto email 20 times a day without even realizing it. And every time you're on there, you're just looking at the same message. Maybe you got one or two new. But you don't need to check your email more than at most 3 times a day, depending on what you're doing. I would say 3 times a day is a sweet spot, but other than that, don't. And I do it in the morning when I wake up and right before I go to bed, or not right before, but when I stop my work, I check it. And then also before I go to have lunch, or when I'm having lunch, actually, I'm also checking my email there. And that's the only times that I'm checking my email. And other than that, it's closed down. I mean, I log out of it, so I can't access it. And that's also a great thing psychologically. Also with social media, if you don't log out, you'll be still in your brain unconsciously wanting to go, wanting to be heard, wanting to be seen, right? So if just quick tip, like log out of all social medias when you're done using them. And you shouldn't be using social media. I mean, what are you doing? Like really, last time you were on Facebook or something like that, what were you doing on there? That's actually useful to moving your business. Just think about that for a second. I know what I did, and it was that useful. I did, what did I do? I think I looked at, because I'm hiring some people over Facebook, and I don't think I really got anything from that. And I just ended up checking posts in the groups that I was posting to see if it useless, right? Useless. And I wasted like 20 minutes on that. I think it was 15, but I mean, if I do that multiple times a day on multiple social media platforms, that's a lot of time. And you're wondering why you're not getting anything done. It's because you're not doing the thing that you need to be doing, which is just doing the work, which could be outreach. And again, you see this in our business or in the coaching and agency space. What we need to do is to do outreach, right? We have to do outreach to actually get new calls and get new things in there. Get calls in the calendar, right? I use social media for this myself, both ads and cold. Also posting. And you need to be on social media a lot to actually send, because, if you're sending 50 messages a day on Instagram, you need to be on Instagram. And it's very hard to not, for everyone, it's very hard to not just have a quick look at the post. Or just have a quick look at that story, right? And here, this is also your working environment. It's not just what's around you, like physically. It's also what is on your computer. That's why don't have 6,000 tabs open. I mean, when I see someone, when they're sharing the screen on the Zoom call, and the first thing I see is 8 different applications open with 15 to 20 to 40 tabs open in each, I'm just sitting there and dying inside. I mean, if you're doing that, you're not taking your business seriously. I don't understand how you can actually work like that. So you need to clear up space, because then you're not focused on 100 different things. It's just as one thing, and that's all you're doing. And then also something that I found, especially when working in Google, is going full screen. So you can't see the other tabs. You can only see what you're working on. This is also a quick tip. And if you have on a MacBook or if you're on a Windows, go it down so you can see your other applications. Like on Mac, you can drag Chrome down so you can see the other applications that you run. Do that. And on Windows, you can hide the Windows bar, the status bar. You can hide that when you go away. I mean, there's literally nothing that can distract you. Turn off all notifications and just do the work that you need to do. All right. And if you're going through another document, then have it on another page. So you don't have to exit the full screen, and also have that on the full screen. So just switch between them. 2 pages and switch between them, both in full screen. Then you cannot get distracted, right? You're just sitting focused on what you're doing. Okay. And then close everything else up. Your phone, if you're working with your phone next to you, you're losing money. You're not going to get it because there's nothing more distractible than your phone, right? I mean, just notification, or not even just that, just thinking about it, that you might get a notification, especially if it's on silent, then I'll just have a quick check. I mean, on my phone, I think I have 6 apps. That's, my banking app, my security app, my phone to call people, my messenger app. Not messenger, just like the inbuilt, right? That's all I have. And I don't need anything else. because everything else is distraction. Then I have WhatsApp too, because I need that for clients. But other than that, I mean, I don't even check my WhatsApp once every hour, because unfortunately I don't have to do the search later. Not fortunately, right? That's my partner. He's doing the search later, so I don't have to check it. Meaning that I don't get distracted by my phone, and I just have it in a completely other room. Okay, and there's a lot of things like this that you can do, and it's important that you remember that you don't understand this, because the way that the brain works is that there's two layers or two parts of the brain. There's the subconscious brain, and then there's the conscious brain. And the conscious brain, when you're working, is focusing on that, right? And your subconscious brain is taking in all other information around you, also the work that you're doing, especially when studying and gaining information. Now, what happens is the information that the subconscious brain takes in, it will push it up to the conscious brain for it to get approved, because the subconscious brain can only accept, right? And it won't even show it, because when you check your phone, you think, sometimes you just pick it up and look. I mean, you don't even think about it. You just go into email, you don't even think about it. It's your subconscious brain that is controlling it, because it can only accept information. So what you have to do is, if you don't have a really, really, really strong discipline, even people with strong discipline can fail in this. So you just need to remove it, so there's no way for the subconscious brain to pick up on those notifications and those emails and all of that. And then you can actually completely avoid getting into these, bad patterns and bad habits of checking things. Because your subconscious brain, right, it controls 90% of all your behavior. And the thing is, the subconscious brain controls all your habitual behavior. But 90% of all your behavior is habitual. Meaning that you do things out of habit, the way you type, it's habitual, like the way also your thought patterns becomes a habitual thing, and it's controlled by your subconscious. And then all the information that you get, all the information that you receive is, and if you have a bad way to think about things and haven't done that yet, which is fine, then if you get some information, you will get distracted. That's why if you remove that, you won't get distracted. And this is how you can sit down, because there's this thing that a human can only focus for like 15 minutes, and it's bullshit. I mean, come on, it's just some lazy guy getting some excuse to not do the work. I mean, I've sat down for 8-12 hours straight doing work, right? Of course, I'm tired, don't get me wrong, I'm fucking blasted after that. But I'm not, I can focus on my work. I can sit down and record a 3-hour video in one go without getting distracted, without needing a break, right? It's absolutely horseshit that you cannot focus for more than 15 minutes. Absolutely horseshit. All right? So you need to understand that that's also just an excuse for you to not do the work. And if you can remove things from your environment, let's take your desk, for example. The only thing that you need, the only thing that I have on my desk is my notes when I'm doing calls, my computer, a mouse pad, and a mouse, and a microphone. That's everything. I don't have dishes. I don't have water bottle. Yes, you do. You should have a water bottle. One sec. I'll get back to that. I have nothing else really. No phone, no iPad, no, I don't know, like another computer. I don't have anything like this. I don't have books on my table, because those are distracting too, man. I love to read, and I just grab a few pages, right? I'm not sure if you know what I mean, but it quickly becomes like a real distraction. And the thing is, you want to get distracted. The human brain doesn't like sitting and working. It wants to get distracted and do something that's fun, because usually work isn't fun. And it shouldn't be always. If you expect everything to be fun, then it's going to be a hard road, because not everything will be. And it's okay. Of course, there will be some fun things here and there, but you shouldn't expect it, and you should be able to do the hard work. Otherwise, grow up. Sorry for that. And as I said, the thing I said about the water wall, right? You also want to put in things in your environment that's healthy, right? So this could be sunlight. This could be water. You need to stay hydrated. Always have water within arm's reach, always, at all times. Because, it's counterintuitive because when my working office is in there, and this is the filming, so I actually don't have water beside me right now, but I usually do. It's kind of counterintuitive, but always have water around you. Then the place that you're working, keep it nice and neat. Don't let it be chaotic with a lot of shit everywhere that you think about cleaning up. Face away if you do, so then face away from it so you can't see it, right? And never turn around, because you do get distracted by it easily. Also in kitchen, have your food ready so you're not spending multiple hours on that, because that's also just distractions and your environment needing you to go and cook some food, right? And it works like this, right? Another thing that you can have in your environment is greens, plants, that boost, because we humans are primitive and we like nature. It gives us sort of an energy. The same thing with sunlight, right? It gives us energy. You know that when we have the seasons, that in the winter people are generally more depressed, and when we get to summer, people are usually a lot happier, right? And that's because we as humans take in that energy. And plants give off energy, and the sun gives us good energy, while a cold winter and rain starts to get depressed by, right? And you need to understand that this has a huge effect on who you are and the action that you're taking without even noticing it. And I'm not just saying that I'm perfect. I fall victim to this all the time, and I'm working a lot to get better in it, because the thing is, I know what I need to do. I just need to get it done. And for me, the next step is really to start focusing more, because then I can get a lot of shit done really fast. And that's what I want, guys. That's really what you want in any business, to get a lot of shit done real fast with high efficiency. And this is also why you see some people. No, I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I'm not going to talk about that in this for another video about focus. But your environment plays a huge role in your efficiency and all this. And the thing is, you can control your environment. I mean, most of it, you can control a lot of it. Of course, there's not everything that you can control, but if your place is neat, you can control that. If you have a clean desktop, you can control that. Your notifications, you can control that. You control your phone have your phone in another room turned off until you need it, because you don't need to check your phone. I mean, if you're wanting to check Snapchat every other minute, you have a problem. I mean, sorry. Stop that. Stop it. Just turn your phone off and I put it under my pillow. I go up in the morning, I have some routines that I have to do, and then I put it on my pillow so I can see it. And that usually works pretty good. So do that, or put it in a drawer, or just have it in another room with the door closed off, and then you won't think about it. Just think, whenever that room is closed off, then it's not distracting you. And if you say that enough, that's what it will happen. And all of this is just your environment. And you're a system that operates in that environment. And you can create an environment that's extremely beneficial to getting shit done. And that's what you want to do if you really want to achieve things in your life. So yeah, I think I've blabbered on enough for this. And it's just important that you have real good control of what you're doing. And it affects everything. Everything. And when I say everything, there's not a thing that it doesn't affect. And when you have this under control, I mean, you can really start to get some shit done and start focusing, and then also build some discipline at the same time. That's essential, to keep it neat, to keep it clean. That's also very good. And if you can do that, then you're in a sweet spot, my friend. And yeah, I do actually think that is everything for this video. I don't know how long it is. I feel I've been blabbering for some time. And if you're interested, I help coaches and consultants, completely automate their client acquisition. And if there's something that you can reflect a little bit with, or needing some clients, check the link in the description. There's something for you that might be beneficial. Not that I give a shit. Just do whatever you want. I'm here to provide value, and hopefully you got some. I think that's everything for me, and have a great day. And of course, if you like the video, there's a button for that, and subscribe. That would be helpful. Bye-bye.